Commercial real estate investing and crowdfunding. Sounds like an unlikely combination, but in the next few minutes I'm going to explain why it makes a ton of sense and why CrowdStreet as a company and as a platform is helping to lead this market. In a second. So today a consumer sitting on their couch, can book a room, an entire house, even a castle with a few keystrokes. They can hail a taxi with a few swipes of their smartphone. They can even pledge money to a new product with a few keystrokes. The similarity between these companies is that they've built trust with a consumer base, and they've removed friction by aggregating the supply and demand together. Kickstarter, the last one I'm representing, used one more means, and that was the use of crowdfunding to build their marketplace. I think the statistics stand by themselves to show the power of these marketplaces, what they've been able to do, and the brand that has resonated into this marketplace. Crowdfunding as a whole ended 2013 at $5 billion. It's expected over the next 2 years to become a $25 billion marketplace. In the last couple years, it's been mostly made up of reward-based and donation-based companies like Kickstarter. Lending-based, peer-to-peer consumer lending has come on strong with places like Lending Club and Prosper.com. And equity-based is kind of the next frontier. There's a few companies that some of us have heard about, AngelList, which is competing with maybe some of the angel funds out there. They are a marketplace for tech startups. Another company called CircleUp is doing the same thing for consumer products companies. The similarity between these companies is they're basically creating that marketplace so that companies that need funding and investors that traditionally haven't had access to some of these companies can go onto a very transparent and open marketplace. So let's take a quick look at the commercial real estate market. It's a $250 billion marketplace. If we look at just the private part of the marketplace, it's about $20 billion. And traditionally, you have a sponsor, the real estate developer or operator on one side, who has a property that they're either doing a ground-up development, a value add, or maybe a stabilization of that project. They go through a private, closed, offline process to go get bank debt. They get some institutional investors, and they get some private investors with usually a minimum of $250,000 investment into that property. So this is a broken offline product that's been around, private marketplace that's been around for a long time. The only problem is that these developers and operators are having a hard time sourcing capital. And these are in the 5 to 20 million range type of projects, good projects. At the same time, the investor community doesn't have access to these projects unless they know the developer, they have a specific in. This is where CrowdStreet comes in. Through our crowdfunding portal, we're giving access to a whole bunch of accredited investors that traditionally have never seen these opportunities with very good rates of return. For the sponsors, for the developers, they're now having another source of capital at a reasonable cost of capital. So both sides of the marketplace are winning. Our platform is very easy, it's transparent. The consumers can come, they can easily view the different listing, learn about the project, learn about the developer, the operator, their history, the rate of return that's being offered for the project, much the same way that they might go look at mutual funds today online. So the same way that Schwab created a marketplace and an opportunity for people to trade stocks online. Once they found a project, they can drill into it, they get videos, they get other information about the project, and then eventually, hopefully they like it enough that they want to indicate their interest and invest in the project. And they can see how much is being raised on that project and when it's becomes oversubscribed. We've got a great team at CrowdStreet. I've been in the software and internet space for over 15 years, both in the consumer internet and the B2B software space, last 10 years in Portland. My co-founder, Darren Powderly, comes out of the commercial real estate space for the last 11 years, most recently as president of Compass Commercial out of Bend, Oregon. And Mike Taus, who heads up product development, is an expert in building online marketplaces. We've gained great traction in the last 11 months. Our platform has been developed and we're launching next Monday, so please go to crowdstreet.com and see our first listing. We've built a great pipeline and our marketing machine is starting to take off. And last but not least, I wanted to share with you, last night, Darren just signed a new listing. It's at University of Oregon, so all those Duck fans in the audience, come to CrowdStreet within the next 2 weeks and you'll see an opportunity for a great student housing opportunity with a 7% preferred return on CrowdStreet.com. Thank you.